The authenticity of the movie Dune, with its natural imperfections in camera and vehicle motion, convinces our human brain of its reality. To create such a convincing masterpiece, the director had to mix the use of practical effect and visual effects, because replicating these intricacies from scratch would be an insurmountable challenge for visual effects artists. At first, they considered using LED screens as a backdrop for those shots, but it wouldn't capture the vivid brightness of the desert. So, the team decided to shoot the scenes outdoors. They constructed double 12-ton ornithopters for the indoor shots, which they brought to Budapest. They set up a gimbal on the highest hill available, providing a flat horizon and allowing movement and rotation of the ornithopters. To surround the gimbal, they built a 7.5-meter high sand-colored ramp, calling it the dog collar. The purpose of the collar was twofold. First, it reflected sunlight onto the ornithopter from all angles. Second, during action shots with focused actors, the ramp in the background was intentionally blurred. This allowed the sandy background to be seamlessly combined with footage captured earlier using 6 cameras and a helicopter flying over the deserts. The ornithopter helped enable in-depth camera shot, and was also dropped from a calculated height to film a more practical shot of it crashing against the sand. Extensive reference work involving helicopters was conducted to create the effect of dust swirls and clouds being kicked up. Although sets will later be expanded digitally, blue screens and green screens were not practical options for several reasons. Firstly, actors deliver better performances when they are fully immersed in their surroundings, rather than surrounded by blue screens. Additionally, blue and green screens reflect light and cause a blue or green tint which affect objects nearby, increasing the efforts of the artist and increasing the overall budget of the movie. In response to these difficulties, they chose sand-colored screens as a remedy. This choice allowed the actors to remain connected to the environment, ensuring that any color spillage from screens matched the surroundings, and maintain consistency with the desert setting by preventing out-of-place reflections on armor and faces. Another intriguing thing about this choice is that when inverted, you would have a blue screen to work with. The still suits serve as high-efficiency filtration systems, capturing and recycling bodily fluids. Jacqueline West and Bob Morgan created nearly 200 suits for the film, drawing inspiration from the novel. Each suit was custom-made using molds of the actors' bodies. The design team found inspiration in medieval knights' armor, ensuring flexibility and functionality. During the filming, approximately 18 tons of sand and dust were employed, and large fans were utilized to create sand movement effects. To emulate the sand sinking effects, the team created a special tub that pumps nitrogen gas from beneath the sand. The gas provides an equal upward force on each grain of sand, which counterbalanced the force of gravity. The combination of all these practical effects created amazing plates on set, which was a perfect starting point to add CG. The city of Arakeen was constructed with the intention of creating a real urban environment. To combat the heat, the design minimized the number of windows. Additionally, the filmmakers meticulously studied the wind patterns based on the surrounding geography. They strategically placed sand in areas where it would naturally accumulate according to the wind direction. The sheer scale they conveyed was the very thing I noticed, not just in the city but in the desert as well. From visual effects standpoint, this is one of the biggest simulations, if not the biggest. The total simulation is about 10 terabytes, of which consist of simulation of the sand surface, a simulation of dust waving out as the worm moves underneath, then an extra simulation of sand coming in and out of worm's mouth. Normally it would take days to preview the final simulation, but they developed a GPU which lowers the quality and gives a chance to preview the animation in minutes. During the construction of the city by double negative, the possibility of its destruction was considered. First off, they shot a couple of explosions for reference. Then after they used a very deep pipeline, consisting of the ambers from Nuke, explosions from Houdini, renders from Clarice, and some image distortions and retiming effects for the Shield. That was a lot of complex composition. The portrayal of Paul's future battle premonition stood out as one of the finest CG shots. The process involved a 15-week coordination with the stunts team, utilizing motion capture suits. With the help of DNAG's expertise, the scene came to life, and it was genuinely difficult to believe that it was entirely computer-generated. The realism of the scene was largely attributed to the authenticity of the suit, However, when Paul revealed his face, it became apparent that computer graphics were involved.